morning, guys. It's like 7:15 a.m. and I'm already on the highway to Charbel to wake up Andy and so we can start our day. It's gonna be great. Stay with us. Quand la lumière sera partie, je rêve que jamais le jour ne se lève. Y solamente tú. My mom would kill me if she knew how fast I am going. We're here. Can you see the beautiful blue Mediterranean? Are we in Lebanon? Are we in Greece? You'll never know. The weather is amazing, and brother, like the one day that we don't plan on swimming in the morning and going somewhere else, guess what? The weather is nice. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, baby.
Okay.
We are going to get breakfast.
Breakfast. Big day ahead of us. We are out the hotel door right now. We're headed to get a quick breakfast and coffee, and then we are going to go to Saint Charbel. I wanted to see Saint Charbel, but I also need to pick up a couple things for a friend of mine from back in Danbury who's a deacon at a Maronite church. So he needs some religious stuff, we'll say. And so we're gonna go and pick up some stuff for my friend George. Have some fun. Yes, Kiki is still terrified of elevators after all this time. So this is the position we need to stay in every time we're in an elevator.
It's open. Jesus.
Look what it's we. We have made it to San Charbel
And Annaya.
in Annaya, the mountain village of Annaya, which is what part of Charbel? Charbel has, of course, the ocean part of Charbel, or the sea part of Charbel, and also the mountain part of Charbel. And right now we are high in the mountains. It's very cool here, and we are at the church of Saint Maroon.
So Saint Charbel used to be a monk at Saint Maroon's monastery, and when he became a saint, they built him a church of his own. It's Saint Charbel's church.
Great. So in the background here, you'll see this is a picture of Saint Charbel. Saint Charbel is a very, very highly regarded saint, particularly in the Maronite denomination of Christianity, and he is all over the place. You'll see images, shrines to Saint Charbel.
Even Muslims love Saint Charbel.
Correct. So he's even widely respected and appreciated across multiple religions. So I think that's really cool. So join us as we explore the monastery and Saint Charbel.
Come here, baby. Visit the church. There's a service. They're having communion, baby. And he's gonna have communion for
for the first time in Lebanon, and he can actually have it because this is a Maronite church, and the Maronite church is like the Lebanese Catholic. These countries.
Yes. So Kiki actually explained this to me on the ride over, that these letters on display here are letters that were written to Saint Charbel.
From 133 countries. Can you show all the
From
countries?
all these different countries, basically, you know, thanking him for the role that he, as a saint, has had in their lives.
He healed them.
Yes.
He performed miracles.
Miracles, healings, all these letters were written, of course, not to the man himself in that era, but
To the monastery.
to the monastery as a representation of Saint Charbel.
And these are old. Like it says that the most recent one was sent in 2016. So
This diagram apparently doesn't just show you like the 133 countries that have sent letters, but it tells you how many letters each country sent. And to my surprise, the USA, 1,341 letters sent to St. Charbel. Wow.
And here we have a diagram, or a diorama, basically, depicting a scene of a household.
this is St. Charbel's household. That's him, his mom, his dad, and his siblings. They were poor.
Okay, so this is Saint Charbel's household.
Here, let's show them his garments.
Okay. And over here we have some artifacts, including, looks to be Saint Charbel's robe. Okay, so this was worn by Saint Charbel. Saint Charbel. Baby, when did Saint Charbel live? What years?
When?
Yeah.
Years we're gonna see. I'm not really.
We're gonna find out exactly and report back to you on the exact time period.
These were his pillows.
Oh wow.
That was his bed, and this is blood. So
Was he martyred, Saint Charbel?
no, but this so you can understand. This is like 500 years old, and this was his original casket from 1966. So they opened the casket, and he was like sweating blood, and this is like the remaining of the blood in his casket.
Wow.
Yeah, and then at some point they were like selling the blood to people.
More clothes of Saint Charbel.
Yeah, he was born. Oh, it was 1860.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1800s.
1800s, yeah. So 1898.
This is when.
No,
This
this
when
was
he.
like after they opened the tomb. First time they opened the tomb was like 1898. He was like that old.
So let's say mid to late 1800s is when Saint Charbel was living.
Here, some of his stuff.
Oh wow.
His casket.
The casket of Saint Charbel.
Yeah, and all the what do you call them?
Leg splints.
Yeah, of people who were healed from him, they put them here. Also the crutches.
Crutches, yeah.
Yeah, of people who were
Crippled and healed.
yes.
Very cool. Saint Charbel. Okay, so we have our answer to when Saint Charbel lived.
So he was born on May 8th, 1828.
1828. And he lived through the late 1800s, mid to late 1800s. And this is when he passed.
So in 1851, he became a monk.
Okay. At this monastery right here.
And when did he die? Okay, he died.
Yes.
He died in 1990. Sorry. He died
1999?
He died in 1898. So he was born in 1828 and died
Late,
in
yeah.
1920.
Right before the turn of the century.
Yeah, 1898.
Beautiful mosaic of Saint Charbel. As we're exploring more of the monastery. Casket of Saint Charbel. The outer casket, I believe we saw like the inner casket, and that's a different one. And here we have all kinds of names. As Kiki pointed out, it is not graffiti, it's a tradition that has been for many years where folks will write their names on this stonework and on the walls to receive the blessing of Saint Charbel. So here's a beautiful courtyard here. Lovely terracotta roofs, very courtyard to the monastery here. Here's against this wall is kind of shrines where folks can light candles to Saint Charbel. And this is another one of our old wells. This is
They have like the
the well of the monastery where you would draw water, cranking down this bucket pail into the depths of this. Man, it is windy. Christina lighting a candle, St. Charbel. I'm going to do the same thing.
it's so windy.
Okay, so this will conclude our San Charbel visit. We're outside here, bidding farewell to the monastery and the statues and that beautiful St. Charbel mosaic in the background. And we're heading back to the car, and we'll be on our way back to the beach for an afternoon of sun and fun, and then back to Matane tonight for a trip tomorrow into what I've been referring to as Druze country. That is home to many people of the Druze faith.
So
And yes, baby?
this is something you might find disgusting, but that's what we do when we go to holy places. We get a little pinch of dirt and then we eat them.
She eats the dirt.
It's a tradition.
And
Because
if you're
it's
lucky,
holy
you
soil.
get an ant for a little protein, extra protein. But this is a tradition. I have heard about this, so it's a good way to bid farewell and end our time at beautiful St. Charbel.
So we asked for some blessings from Saint Charbel, and they gave us all of these. And we didn't buy them. They said it's for free.
With a donation, of course.
Yeah, we just did a donation. But like this is holy oil. This is incense with a piece of fabric from Saint Charbel's cloth. Look how many we got. We got candles, and we also got like a combo of incense and oil. Don't mind my chipped nail polish, but yeah, this is our haul from St. Charbel.